You may be wondering, what did I just watch? This is a common question for most people who know nothing about Stark Penitentiary. What is Stark Penitentiary? Well, to keep it short, it's my prison simulation game. There's a lot that goes into it, without it just being a task of escaping a basic pixel top-down prison game. It has a dystopian main character and an environment. So that's why I made this entire video, to have an easy set of bullet-pointed explanations for the video game. So, let's get started. When I first made the game, I had no idea what I was going to turn it into, but after a while, I got really inspired by prison concepts like the Netflix series Orange is the New Black, and those Dan TDM escapist videos, so I wanted to make my own concept that I could obsess over and keep expanding over a few years. So I did, changing my own project then into what it is today. The game is set in a fictional universe where there's a dystopian World War III missile launch blast in the United States from Japan and Germany. Due to this, American citizens flee around to basically New Jersey, where they use the last of their resources for defense instead of attacking, clearly being outnumbered and needing to run. So, they build a bounded border, blocking a new man-made trash area off, and are forced to come up with new laws and a new prison chain system. There's also a mysterious council that I will talk about later, along with many other characters, but I'm excited. There's a private segment for that. I'm just too excited. Just so everybody knows what the intro is about, it's the main character suffering through vivid nightmares about a mysterious character that, haunts him, basically. The lore is basically already told in the setting environment portion, but the game has a lot of world-building elements that I'll talk about later. In Stark Penitentiary, you play as Nathan Straubs, a 19-year-old drug addict who's skilled in manipulation, stealth, fear, and disguise. He's an anti-hero, and also cannot bring himself to murder out of fear of more nightmares. But there's a lot of stuff that makes Nate way different than the average main character. If you want to know why he's in prison, you'll have to play the game or watch YouTubers play it. The main boss of the game is a huge mystery on how he ties into the backstory of Nate's cellmates, but it's no secret that Nate had dreams about him before he even entered prison, arguably as a result of the war, but I'll let you theorize about that. There's even a court crown-wearing council governing the entire state wannabe country. There's an ex-war pilot, lifer criminal, a mentally challenged correctional officer, or CO for short, obsessed with boxes, and even a mysterious TV-headed character that operates a dead corpse running a news program as an incognito hacker. But I have a hard time telling that story. Anyways, in short, there's a lot of characters, and they're not all just inmates. So, making a video game all by myself, with its own lore and entire universe, takes a hit on one's mental state after a while. So to make the game concept more fun and fresh in my mind, to take a nice productive break, I developed 3 minigames so far. An Undertale one, with Node, the TV-headed guy, a visual novel in which I'm the only fictional love interest, and a Friday Night Funkin' themed one. I may work on more eventually, who knows, but I plan to consistently come back to all of my game projects eventually. So, going back to my first inspiration statement. I had mentioned how I never knew what I wanted the game to be before I started developing it. I had many ideas, and I had no idea what would stick. I believe my first idea was turning the game into a Tamagotchi game, where you would play as a daycare guard for the dogs. A nice, simple, fun game. Yet for this, I had no idea how the gameplay would go. The main character changed with every new idea that I had. For the next game, I thought Nate could be like a worker at a camp and be like a camp counselor, making sure the cabins were okay, and that children didn't get into any fighting, stuff like that. Nate was always shitty, but he had nice intentions. I figured I'd start out small and obsess on focusing my project to expand over time. And expand it did. I ended up going with the prison idea. As I fell in love with that theme, I wanted to tell a story that nobody really shows, except for just breaking out of a prison or just having it be an event that's bad in someone's life. I wanted the prison to be the setting and the theme for the music, the environment, characters, everything. I wanted it to be the perfect structure. And that's what prison is. It's a perfect structure for a video game. One of the many reasons that I could throw out is that a guard makes a perfect enemy for a video game. An FOV that you can dodge. I don't know. It makes sense. Nate has always been a creatively flexible type of main character slot. I want you to feel like you're playing a character. I want you to feel like him. So, I try to make him look more relatable and have more relatable issues. During this process, I had an idea to give him a bullyable flaw. To make some of his more scary actions feel more justified because he's been bullied by all of these people. To do this, I had a concept of changing everyone's uniforms to black and white stripes, giving him a ball and chain instead of handcuffs on his arms and tables, and making him a character with vitiligo, which is a skin condition in which there would be visible white spots on his skin. But this sort of made me feel uncomfortable to tell the story, as I never personally could relate to it in the way that I was planning to depict it. So I scrapped it, and as a reference to that character design, Nate has a white UV spot, usually under purple light, on his skin. Nate also has many other unique character design assets that are basically hidden, either under clothes, skin, his skeleton, physical matter, etc. I wanted to attempt game development in a simple way that I knew would be able to express everything I wanted with my skills when I just started out. I had begun working in 3D for VR chat and had too much fun with the scripts not to just let my creative freedom run wild with all of this usefulness to have learning the Unity program. In the game, there are a lot of outside the prison areas where the player will be shown, but not always able to access in some way. For example, Jess and Benji's street, propane gas steam buildings, the bloody strawberry forest warfield that I'll tease soon, the fast food gas station, Mr. Cheesy's, previously named Cluckers, and a ton more areas. In the intro of the game, where Nate wears a bad printed chicken sandwich shirt, he commits his crime on his 19th birthday, Halloween. I just have a hard time showing that. Also, the reason why Nate's so focused on money is because his family is the poorest or the richest, and because the stoner needs some adventure in his life. Also, Bad isn't a great influence. Bad's his friend. You just don't know that yet. Entirely. But you will, once I upload the game. Once I update it. It's been a year. Fuck. I've been working on it. I haven't forgot about it.
Adios. My new girlfriend's been teaching me Spanish. I'm watching everyone's movements at all times, so watch it, or you'll get shot. Damn it!